Delay is always catching me. So, good evening, everybody. Good evening. This is your girl, Ms Maggie T, the First Lady of AFN. Tonight's episode, we dropped Miss Stina. Tonight's episode, we're a little delayed. I already know, but I see you guys in the chat. Y'all fired up and ready to go. Please put some red and black in the chat because this is going to be a good one. Yeah. This is definitely going to be an interesting and fun one because of the position we need in the draft that we've been talking about, which is wide receiver, hint, in case you don't know. Something that we need to focus on. We need a wide receiver too. So why not have somebody that played the position to come in and talk about it just a little bit? But before we get into that, let's go ahead and introduce the ladies of the panel. Right next to me, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, this is Christy from Mississippi, and I'm just too excited about this interview and discussion tonight.
Okay. And I'm excited too, Christy. This is going to be fairly fun. Love to have special guests in the house that's going to bring some insight in. And I think Miss Stina B is back with us in the studio. What happened to you, lady? What happened?
I don't know. It just dropped.
Okay. Well, we got you back with us. And next to Miss Christy, introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I am Bree from the AUG Augusta to be exact. I am so happy to join you all, take a break from school, but I am so excited to be with you all ladies tonight.
I'm excited. Miss Bree, I'm excited for the season. I'm glad that the off season is eventful, so we have something to talk about because but it's been like that for the past couple of years that we've just been having a lot of stuff going on to talk about. And right underneath me, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Stina B, your favorite comedian's niece, and I am super excited about today. This is personally a big one for me. So I'm just super excited for this opportunity. Aren't y'all excited out there in the chat?
I know they already been here before us. It was like, where they at? Like, you guys are late. Well, that's all. You don't see people.
Our bad, y'all. Our bad. It's worth the wait.
Right next to her, introduce yourself.
I'm better known as Auntie Pam, representing the good old city of Columbus, Georgia. Got my Sanu jersey on. I'm ready to slay.
Miss ready to slay. Speaking of slaying, right next to the slayer right there herself, Miss AKA. Go ahead and tell everybody who you are.
Yes, Miss AKA all day, but you know it's your girl Whitney J from the A, ready to slay. We got the ultimate number 2 who can throw a ball as well as catch a ball. Right. I am excited for this interview.
How rare is that? Like, wait a minute, is that you tossing the ball to another receiver? What is?
Yes, I still remember that touchdown.
I went back to watch a couple of highlights, so I was too excited. But it was kind of like it was just yesterday, so it's still fresh in our head.
That wildcat,
and then the fact that this person has worked with our president of football.
Yes.
Well, it's like, ooh, I can't wait. So let's go ahead and let's bring him on in here, and then we'll get to our chat and our fans a little bit later because we know, of course, we want to hear what he has to say. But let's go ahead and bring him in. Everybody get excited. This is the man, the myth, the legend. So we are introducing, and you didn't know, Mohamed Sanu. He, of course, is a former Atlanta Falcon wide receiver. He definitely was at Super Bowls, even though we don't talk about that Super Bowl, but standout, trusted Matt Ryan as his target, clutch player, playoff performer, and one of the NFL's most versatile dual threat weapons, as we were just talking about. Like, are you a quarterback? Are you a wide receiver? Which one are you? So versatile players that the Falcons have lately invited into our team. So it's great to have this fella Now he is a senior Mohamed Sanu, because there is another Mohamed Sanu out there, and I think, is he playing football right now? Sanu, how you doing today? Oh, he's on mute.
He on mute.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
You're back. You're back. I know you.
He's back. He's back.
Call the meeting.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Good. Hey.
How are you today?
What's happening?
Nothing much. We're excited to
Funny.
have you on the show. Well,
Yeah,
we was
catch me
asking you
on the
about
bean.
you being
I'm over there
Sanu
eating on the
senior.
crunch
You're eating
wrap.
hot
My
fries.
wife made.
Oh,
It actually fire got some beans in it. So
oh.
how y'all doing?
Bean talk.
Doing great.
We're gonna definitely get into that. We definitely gonna get into that. So, I was gonna ask you about
Y'all doing well?
Yeah, we're doing great.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Yes.
Thank you.
Doing
Thank
great.
you.
Y'all make sure you
No
guys
doubt,
share
no
this
doubt.
out. So,
I'm glad I could join y'all.
appreciate it. Sanu, my first question to you though, because it's kind of you are a senior, so you do have a Sanu
I can't
junior.
hear you.
You can't hear me? Uh-oh. Maybe come
She's
in and
asking.
come back out.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, come in and come back out. I was wondering.
Mm.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties, people. He
Mhm.
can't hear us. Maybe he'll come back in. So I want to ask him about his child. I believe he's coaching his son currently, but I wanted to hear him. Hopefully he can hear us now. Let's see.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hopefully.
I can hear you now.
Now you can hear me.
Yay.
Okay,
Yeah, I can
because
hear
I
you.
was thinking we was having a delay, but it makes sense now. Okay.
Yeah, I can
Bring
hear
it
you
back
now.
up top. So I was saying basically that you are the new senior.
Yes, right.
So you do have a son that to my
Mhm.
understanding he's also playing football.
Yeah, MJ, he does play football, and he's pretty talented. He's
Okay.
a really, really smart kid. He has a really high athletic IQ, and he works hard. So it's
That's wonderful.
it's awesome to watch him play and watch him compete.
I love it. I can't wait. And now we're gonna get into that a little bit later because we're gonna talk about your many projects and things that you are doing in the community.
Yeah.
But definitely want to start off by kind of just getting into, of course, when we bring on former players, we want to highlight your career as well before we get into the nitty gritty of what you think about the team, if we can get to that today. But first question to you is, 1 second. Okay, so you built a powerful brand around the Bean Talk mindset. For those who are just joining the movement, how would you define the Bean philosophy?
Well, it's funny. I get asked this all the time. The Bean philosophy is it's more so something that is within you. It's what you perceive it to be. So it's if you feel good about yourself, if you're on a bean, or if you like what somebody says, like that's bean talk, or if it can be an object, it can be a thing. It's just a sense of being. That's why you're on a bean. So it's more so whatever you want it to be. It brings your creative side out. If that makes sense.
Okay. So I mean that makes sense. So just kind of how are you feeling about yourself, your motivation, your push, whatever you say you are being, that's
That's
who
your
you're gonna
bean.
be.
That should be.
Right.
I like that. So kind of explaining that everybody in case because we got some new generation of Falcons fans that even though you just kind of retired, we're going to get into that. Some fans might not be familiar with you or that what that means. So glad that we got that question out there for you. Now we're going to move into our next question here. Miss Christy, can you go ahead and ask this question for us?
Christy.
I think she's frozen. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
We'll
I
come
think
back to her. So Miss
that
Witt,
me?
go ahead and we'll get back to Miss Chrissy. I think
Oh,
she's
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you
I
now.
hear you.
yeah, hear you now.
I think you're frozen, Christy.
Oh,
Oh, I don't have the TV on.
No, say you're frozen. We
Frozen.
couldn't hear you.
I
Can you
don't
see?
have
Uh-oh.
a
Come back in
TV.
because she's breaking up.
Picking up. Yeah.
Unmute her. Sorry about that. Everybody,
Yeah.
technical difficulties. We're having some issues here. I'm
Okay.
gonna
Y'all
mute her.
screen.
Miss Witt, you can
Can
go ahead and
you
ask this question for me.
No problem. So, Sanu, again, thank you for joining us. But Atlanta still talks about the 2016 season. Beyond talent, what made that locker room click? And is that kind of chemistry something teams can still create today? Because we have yet to duplicate that.
Well, I would say what really made that offense click and you know really special was when guys really honed in on their talent. Right, it's when they figured out like what their role was and what attribute best fit what the team needed, and I understood how they could fulfill that role necessarily and to make the team be successful. So it wasn't, not trying to do too much outside of themselves, but doing exactly what we needed to do when we needed to do it in order to be successful. So we had guys that took on roles that normally they wouldn't, and guys that did things that they normally wouldn't. But you had to be selfless and not be selfish in order to get to the end goal. We knew it. You had to do your 1/11th, or everybody doing their job together in order to get the outcome and the result of the team looking crisp, or whether it's on defense, being at the right space at the right time. Offense, same thing. Knowing how to get those key blocks so your, running back or, receiver can make the cut off your backside. So it's like knowing how to position yourself, knowing the timing of things.
Let me ask you this to kind of add on to that. So with that chemistry that developed, was that a lot on just player? Because of course we all understand that like Matt Ryan, he's a person that
Mhm.
comes in and goes into wide receiver meetings and he's like first in, first out to come be a part of having player led meetings and things like that. Was it more on the sake of the teammates coming together to in that brotherhood or what have you, or did it have a lot to do with the coaching as well, the kind of the accountability, everybody has a job and have to do that?
Mhm.
What created that creativity, that chemistry with you guys?
I think it was a microcosm of all those things. I think all when it was from top down, the coaching staff, our ability to communicate from player to coach, coach to player, player to player, coach to coach, like that gave us an edge because we all understood the mission. So we were able to, you know, see eye to eye on many things that, you know, some people who have egos or some people that, are me kind of guys won't necessarily have the vision to see. So, we took it upon ourselves to not like submit to the fact that we have to do this together in order to get to the top of the mountain.
And the top of that mountain was in a Super Bowl appearance as well.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yes, a lot of that chemistry definitely did work. So and we're going to talk about kind of a little bit more into your career, and we're going to give this to Miss Pam if you want to go ahead and
Yes.
ask that question.
Hello, Sanu. With a 158.3 career passing rating, did trick plays add more pressure to complete the throws than catching a normal touchdown, knowing your perfect stat was at risk?
No, not at all. That's a great question, Miss Pam, but not at all. It was honestly like people don't understand that I just love the game of football. So if I could affect the game in any way, like I would go out there and do it. Like I love all the intricacies about it, whether it was throwing the ball, catching the ball, running the ball, blocking. Um, I enjoyed all of it. So it was
Yes.
more so like what was needed for me in order for us to get the end result. And whether it
Yes.
was getting a first down or getting a touchdown or, winning a game, like that was you know, my thought process. So when the play was called, I was like, okay, I can get it done this way. When plays call for me to run a route, get open, okay, I can get it done this way. When plays call for me to get a first down on a wildcat run, okay, I can get it done this way. So it was just more so, me just doing what I love to do and, having fun doing it.
Okay, so kind of not one dimensional. It's kind of like whatever the need is that you see fit, and of course, whatever that call is, it's just hey, I roll with whatever works best for this team, and it definitely worked for the team. So it was
I
amazing
be,
watching you, especially that
Yes.
Julio Jones connection you guys had. Like
Oh, yeah.
that was.
yeah. Well,
I
I
went back
wasn't
and watched some
supposed to
highlights
throw
of that.
that.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to throw that, but I told Julio, no
Really?
matter what, I'm gonna
Let
throw
me.
that
That's
hook.
crazy. You
How
weren't
did that come about?
supposed to?
When you were
No.
calling,
That's
what happened?
crazy.
Uh, well, not with the coverage that they played. I mean, they were in Cup and 4, so
Uh-huh.
they were supposed to be in cover 0, and cover 4 is like a run defense. So they were playing catering, expecting me to run the ball, and I'm still looking at it like, I mean, that's Julio versus safety. Like, why can't I do it? Matt do it all the time. Like, shoot, I'm gonna let that thing fly too. It was funny.
That is funny, but that
It
was some
is.
memorable moments that goes back into your
Yes.
highlights of
Yes, it
something
really
that
does.
we
Yeah.
hold dear. It's like, okay,
Mm.
who is this guy? Like, really? You just got many talents, but I also seen you kick. I think he was kicking the football a couple of times in some
Yeah.
replays of things like that. So you just
Mhm.
look, just put you anywhere on the field. You ready to go? So
Yeah, there's not
Yeah.
a thing on the field that I can't do.
right.
That's the cool part.
Definitely.
So
That's how I play the
Period.
game.
So was wide receiver kind of like, how did you get into that role? Being in many talents like that. How did you get into that role?
Cool story. So, I actually, not many people know, I actually went to college to play safety. So I went to Rutgers University to play safety,
Safety.
and I was a gray shirt. So I graduated high school early, and I ended up enrolling in January of my senior year, and I got to do spring ball. So the first 12 practices I was playing at safety, and
Wow.
at practice went along. A couple of receivers got injured, and um, I made a lot of plays like as far as interceptions. And Coach Yano actually told me this past year when I went up there to visit Rutgers, he was like, the reason that I switched you receiver was because this one-handed interception that you made in practice. And I was like, yeah, we need somebody that's gonna go up and get the ball like that on offense. So I went over, and my last 3 practices in the spring, I played at receiver and had a great spring game. I think I scored twice. And then you see me playing receiver now.
Hey, you
Yeah,
just
you-
kind of fall naturally in something, that's one thing about his practice. And it's like, hey, let me see what this young man can do. And then you just came in naturally and it's like, I'm a receiver. Put me over there.
Hey,
Well,
I'm excited, so I'm
as
glad
people
that
know,
we got
I
some
played
highlights of this.
quarterback in high school, so
Oh, you did?
yeah, the
that's why I could
quarterback.
throw the ball. Yeah, I played quarterback in
You
high
can throw.
school, so that's why I can
Yes.
throw the way I can. Yeah.
Yeah. And we
Swiss
definitely
Army knife.
right.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. He had a great arm when he was in Cincinnati and beat us Falcons when he was on the opposite of the field throwing that ball for a touchdown. I remember that. So when
Yeah.
you got signed, I was super happy. I said he would not beat us again.
No, I was gonna
Right.
help you guys win. I had to help you guys win.
And
Yes,
did.
you did.
And that,
So, Miss
baby.
Gina B, if you want to go ahead and get this question right here
Love you.
for him, because we kind of want to get into a little bit
Yeah.
about his thoughts on
Yes.
the current team, if you will.
Sure thing. Super excited to meet you, Sanu.
Great
Thanks
to meet
so
you as
much for
well.
joining us. Yes. So,
No problem.
what's your take on the Falcons' recent front office changes? And do you think the new coaching moves will improve results largely with the same roster?
I think the front office changes were needed. Give them a new lens, new perspective. Um, someone that's played the game for a long time, but understands relationships and also understands like the nuances of the game and how he's supposed to how it's supposed to look, like how practice is supposed to look, how walk through all the little things that go behind the scenes that people don't know.
Mhm.
And then you know you will see how all the coaching, the new coaches relate to the players. Like I'm interested to see it because you know obviously they're all NFL coaches, and he's had success in the past, and he's also not had the best success in the past. So we don't know how all that intertwines. Like yet again, he was at the Browns organization, and they're not you know historically known to have the best organization. So
Yeah.
it's interesting to see how he'll do in a different city with the roster that he has, and the support system now. And then I'm interested to see it because, like I said, there's great opportunity for them to ignite the city again and really take advantage of the talent that's on the team. But yet
So you
again, you
do
gotta.
Yeah.
you do feel like the talent we have now is pretty
Oh, yeah, I got a great talent. Like
Mhm.
it's super talented team. Like it's just about like I said, knowing how to think players, not plays. Just
I
be
think so.
simple.
You
You
Mhm.
gotta
and
be
it's
simple
simple.
when you
Just
play
coaching those
football.
teams
Just
right
play,
and executing, they can execute
just
properly.
let them.
Developing
Let
our
them.
quarterback and everything else. That's
Mhm.
that's most important.
That's
Oh yeah.
that's it. You gotta think players, not plays. Players in situations, um, letting them do what they do best.
Mhm.
And just knowing how to see what the defense is doing and knowing how to exploit their weaknesses and knowing how to put your players in you know those situations. But yes, it's a science. Honestly, it's an art. You got to understand how the numbers fit when it comes to attacking a defense.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then coming in with a rookie quarterback that we felt that they kind of let him down a little bit with the development, and of course we can get into that a little later. But
Mhm.
I'll go ahead and let Miss Bree get to this next question, because of course you've played the game
Mhm.
and everything. But Miss Bree, we can go ahead and ask this question.
Oh, and thank you for again for joining us. This was an electrifying time when you were a part of the offense. And I read you with that bar, which you just gave. I don't know if anybody else read that bar. Just you have to understand the players, not the plays. That spoke out to me. But a question for you, I have. You've mentioned interest in NFL coaching. Would
Mhm.
that be as a wide receiver coach? And how do today's receivers compare to when you've played?
Oh, that's a fantastic question. Yeah, I would love to be a receiver coach, or offensive coordinator, or head coach, whatever. Like someday, like I feel like I'm capable. I know what it looks like. And, um, even now with the youth kids that I do it with in the middle school and the high school, and then developing the pros and college guys that I deal with, like I'm able to relate to them. I'm able to explain it to them to a way they can comprehend and then apply it. And they it's always awesome to see that aha moment as you explain how to run a route or explain how to attack a leverage, or you explain on how to play the game of football, and knowing like the movement of football players and the movement of the specific game is universal. So once I'm able to categorize certain movements and certain aspect of the game, they see it at a totally different way, and their performance goes from here to here because you simplify how to play the game. And that's what I feel like a lot of coaches don't do. They try to overcomplicate things, and instead of meeting a player where they at, they try to force them to get to where they are instead of meeting them where they are and helping them get to where you need them to get to. It's a totally different process. So I mean, yeah, I would love to be a receiver coach in the NFL. I think I would do a great job. I feel like I've been doing that my entire career because, I mean, you know, when I was in Atlanta, I was pretty much the receiver coach with Julio. Not to say like Ra wasn't a coach, but Ra couldn't teach you how to attack leverage or how to feel the defense or how to, like he would teach us, what the defense looked like and how to
Yes.
attack
Come
the
on.
defense, which
Here
was
you go.
which helped us, what I'm saying, play at a different level because
Yeah.
we understood what the defense was doing before they did it.
Yep.
But, route running and the new little nuances of the game, that wasn't what he was teaching us. That's what me and Julio would explain to the younger guys. And
Mm-hmm.
just from our experience and knowing how to use what we were blessed with, but all having the ability to, download it and articulate it so they knew how to apply it.
Yes.
But no, it's like when it comes to, developing receivers, that's easy for me.
Okay. Have you put your name out there in the hat, or just kind of hoping someone notices and kind of rings your
I mean, I reached out to them, so we'll see what they
phone?
may do.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, y'all,
Hey.
hashtag puts a new in
Let's
or something.
go.
Come up with a
Yeah.
hashtag about get him the coach. We would love to have you as our wide receiver coach.
Yes.
Everybody
Agent
I'm
12.
telling you.
yeah, no, that
Coach
would have
They would have been
12.
performing at a high level.
I mean, but it's never too late though, so
Yeah.
No, I never did. Never that.
so we hope that we can definitely see you in the coaching NFL because especially if it's on the Atlanta Falcons team or of
Yes.
course any other team that you were a part of because you was also a part of other organizations as well. Just to get your feet wet into that will be great to see because I'd love to see former players that come in and like you said, what I like what you mentioned was, and I know we're getting ready to wrap this up. Just the veteran presence that the teaching that you had amongst each other as players, Julio, yourself, and other people. When your coaches are kind of not, they're doing their best in, training you and coaching you up, but it's also about that personal experience you have with your receivers, with the rookies that comes in and they're trying to learn the game. Veteran presence and just that unity of everybody coming together to help each other. In a way, I didn't feel that I was seeing a lot of that, especially with the quarterback situation. But of course, we're behind the scenes. We can't say how it was going. But when you have a player that says, "Hey, I go to my fiance and I go to my high school coaches," it's kind of like there's something that was lacking here, where something was missing development of these players. So it was great to have that you were there for those players to get them tooled up and ready to go.
That's the hard part because
Yeah.
you get thrusted into, say you get thrusted into a team and there's myself on the roster, Julio on the roster, and you just get Calvin really drafted in the first round, and then you get another Russell Gage drafted in the fifth round, and now you got to be a practice squad receiver and to try to make the team or try to like that's a hard place to be in. So if you don't have someone that's like myself or like Julio who wants you to succeed, because there's not just the Atlanta Falcons, there's 31 other teams. So if you're able to learn what we know and apply it, that's just only gonna raise your chances of succeeding even more. So that's how we looked at it. Because like I want you to succeed just as bad as I have. Like I know you got family and people counting on you, like I do as well. But I know it's dog eat dog world. But if I can give you a nugget that's gonna help you achieve, you know, life changing money for your people, like that's what it's about.
Absolutely. It's all about that
Yes.
in your players sticking and I hear it a lot with the players. They stick with
Mhm.
each other and I love that they,
Mhm.
are young and wanting to help each other. That's important. But last but not least here, kind of give us a little bit about, life after the NFL. Of course, to co-hosting Facts Over Stats. I think that's with your
Yeah.
nephew.
That's for my nephew. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Oh,
right. That's our podcast, Facts Over Stats, and we just like to give people the facts about a certain situation, and not what the statistics. They say people like to go off statistics and not knowing what is truly lies behind something. But no, right now I have a bunch of training facilities called Legacy Sports Complex. I have five in the area, Georgia area. Um, one in Swanee, and one in Lawrenceville, one in Brazelton, Houston area, one in
yeah.
Canton, and one in Milton. And we train kids from 2 years old all the way to grandma and grandpa, and it's a multi-sport facility. hmm
Hey, I love it.
hmm hmm
I
Make
love
sure everybody getting right in the gym. Yeah.
right, right, because
Yeah.
health is wealth for one thing. So even if you maybe
Yeah.
not can't play in the pros, but just still
hmm
getting in there and want to be competitive and active,
Yes.
and you never know. They be having some older leagues and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
That some people,
37 U leagues.
yeah, yeah. So hey, if you think you can do it, then you can get developed by one of the greatest that's ever done it, and
Yes.
is want to see people succeed. And of course, maybe you got some people that are coming out the draft, or of course, we'd love to have a little bit more conversation with you. Maybe we'll invite you back where we can have some more time.
Yeah,
Yes.
But
we
tell
have
us a
to get
little bit
invited
about
back.
your mother's her the Africa development that you got there. Tell us a little bit.
So, yeah, right now, my mother and I were building a big community center back in Freetown, Sierra Leone, where my family's really from.
Sierra Leone in the
Yes,
house.
Sierra Leone. That's right.
Yes.
And we've been working on it for a couple years now, but it's pretty big project, and it's on the land my grandfather left there. So she wants to name it after my grandfather, and it'll provide a home for a lot of people to have their storefronts, operate business, because back home a lot of people are on the street doing their business, selling whatever merchandise that they have, like, which
Yeah.
is common. And she wants to have a computer lab so kids can have access to internet, because majority of the people in Sierra Leone, I think it's less than 9% have access to internet. So it's gonna be a big help just for people to further their education and be able to have
Absolutely.
um, take
Yes.
advantage of their talents and blessings.
So just offering them, especially youth, with those resources, because of course when you're limited on the internet and things like that, there's very little that you can, of course you can pick up a book, you can go to school, things like that, but it exposes you to access to everything across the world.
Mhm.
All kinds of tools and resources to get them better, and then of course, communicating with people across the world. Just I'm happy that you guys are developing that and building that, and I'm looking forward to it getting off the ground. And you definitely got to come back and let us know how successful that becomes. Of course, congratulations on all your endeavors. As far as your legacy sports. Yeah, I'll go ahead to Facts Over Stats. It's on YouTube with his
Mhm.
nephew.
Yes.
Also named Muhammad.
Appreciate y'all.
Check him out. I've seen one where he was giving you so much praise. He's just proud of
That's
you.
my guy.
uh,
That's my
Yeah,
guy.
so it was beautiful to see. So you guys, if you haven't already, if you haven't found it, let's get them to 1,000 likes over there.
yes.
And everybody go in there and give them some
Definitely.
love. But
Definitely.
go ahead and let us know. Of course, I know you have some obligations to go get to, but
Yeah.
your last thoughts. And of course, we would love to have you on. We thank you for having us today.
Yes.
Kind of what are
No doubt.
some last thoughts you want to give to somebody that's maybe looking forward to getting into the sport themselves, like getting into your legacy sports complex? What advice would you give them?
Well, it's rated E for everyone. It's not your normal sports complex. We have something for everybody to do. It's really a family oriented environment, and we want to build that so you can have the whole family sector coming together, do what they need to do, exercise, get get blood work done, whatever, get nutrition, see a chiropractor, see a PT, get some recovery done, whatever, your body needs, get that. taken care of, and then you guys come together, you all leave together, and we want to build that, family time. A lot of things you have to go this place, that place to get all the things that you need, and we want to bring that under one roof, one umbrella, and bring that experience at a all-time high, give you a professional experience, but to the general public, and then just make everybody feel like a pro.
Love it,
Yes.
love it. Of course, and
Yes.
that's of all ages. Like I said, health is wealth. No matter how old you get, actually, the older you get, you might want to take your
You need it
physical health
more.
a little bit more seriously.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it gives you that ability when you can know what's really bothering you, and you can get that blood work done, and you can know, like, oh, okay, I need to do this better with my diet, instead of just trying to continue to train and not really understanding why the results ain't showing. So,
So
like
kind
the
of
Okay.
knowing your
prevention.
blood history and your health as well, like
Mhm.
what you can do, what type of diets you can do, because some people just go blindly and doing things that might not be best for their body, and you're not getting all the nutrients you need for it. A lot of these fasting and things you found on the internet, having some experts to kind of come in and say, hey, this is best for your body, this is best for you, after they check their blood work and everything. But we thank you again. Like I said, we got
Appreciate
to
you
have you
having
back
me.
on.
Yes.
I know you're a busy
Definitely got to
Yes.
have him back on.
Yes.
Yep.
you got a phone
One
call coming
sided.
up soon, but we thank you for having, coming in and
Yes.
spending time with us
So
today.
Thank
I
do.
you.
appreciate you,
Yes,
ladies. You
thank
guys have a great
Represent.
you.
room.
All
Bless you
right.
guys.
Maybe
This
Miss
Thank
is
you.
Thank
really
you.
dope platform you guys got.
Thank
Keep
Thank
you.
that
Thank
you.
up.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. We appreciate
No
that
problem.
so
Amen.
much.
Not a problem.
All right. Have a great one.
Bless you guys.
Bye.
Bless
Good
Bless
night.
you.
So,
Wow.
I probably have him because he was kind of like everybody. He is actually a coach, and as you
Busy.
can see, he's running various
Yes.
community activities, including one with his mother in Africa, which is
Yes.
just amazing. So you guys do some research because a lot of these football players, he retired last year, quote unquote, because
Mhm.
he's like, all right, you can go ahead and retire. Because he actually been out of the game, but he officially retired last year. But
Mhm.
all the community projects he's doing, y'all go back and do some research. Go follow his page. Go follow that podcast. Let him know that
Yes.
Atlanta Falcons Nation and the Lady Birds of AFN sent him over. I probably
Yes.
will try to get him on another time so we can have a little bit more time with him. But the fact
Yes.
that we did get to all our questions regardless.
Yes.
And he stayed on a little bit longer. Um,
Then we planned,
than
yeah.
going
Very
on.
playing.
I'm
Yeah.
honored to have Mohamed on.
Mhm.
So let's kind of check in, see what this chat is going off. I couldn't
They
get to
going
I was about to
off.
say,
They
get
how's
hanging
to
in
the
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 chat
question,
chat.
going?
y'all.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
chat.
And it's sports talk. He did
So
kind of mention Raw when
yeah.
he was saying Raw. Hey,
Raw.
hold it.
He sure did.
He did kind of mention that. So, ladies,
He,
what do you think about
hey,
that?
hold it.
Because it was kind of giving us a little telltale about his coaching, even though he was a
Yeah.
defensive coordinator then. Um,
Yeah.
I think it tells a lot about where veteran presence is most important because again,
Exactly.
we know the biggest thing is we know a head coach is going they're not going to be on both sides of the ball. It's usually not the case. That's where your coordinators are important. And I think the fact is that we were
Uh,
saying about how Raw was giving him the aspect of the defense of what to look
defense.
for, different things like that, but it wasn't what a wide receiver necessarily wanted to hear. But I don't want to put words in his mouth. I can only speculate. We'll ask him that next
Yeah.
time. But it goes to show that when vets put that, and we seen that a lot in Taylor Gabriel and how he was
Mhm.
able to thrive compared to where he was before coming in and where he was able to
Yeah.
go afterwards. So, I mean, it's very important. And that's why I think a lot of people were mad at the situation when it came between Kirk and Mike and not having an actual in-depth
Mentor.
QB coach trying to fit him into a certain scheme. So it's a lot of telltale signs there, but we see that all across the league where you hear a lot of players are saying that they're not getting help here or they appreciate this player or these players so much for putting them up under their wing and different things like that. Because I know I've seen a couple of questions in the chat as well as I wanted to ask about him being a number two. Everybody wants to be number one. How is it about being a number two, but being a great number two
He was
even
a
could
great
be a
one.
number one, and how it is in that selflessness that he mentioned,
Mm.
as well as where did he see that the things are going right now, especially with NILs in college, and more people wants to be the flashy player. They want to be this kind of there where the diva aspect comes into play. So I'm excited that we were able to get this opportunity, but I definitely want to get him back on.
Yeah, we definitely, and those fans, he's a busy guy. So
Yeah.
when he hit me up, he did say he actually was coaching at the time. So we only had a little small window with them, but if nonetheless, we got a lot of nice gems from it. But I definitely do want to bring them back.
Definitely bring him back.
The fans had a lot of questions for him, and I'm gonna questions, and type them, and put them together so we can ask some questions the next time. Because I do want to hear a little bit more just about like people were saying, wide receiver class now compared to when he was playing. And just a lot more. So, of course,
it's a lot.
We would love to have him back on. So I would definitely rearrange that. Maybe it might just have to be at a different time when he's not coaching.
Maybe closer to the season.
Yeah, definitely. I'll circle back around to him. The fact that he gave us opportunity is an honor in itself.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
You guys,
I appreciate that. I really couldn't believe it when you said it.
Right. Right. He was like, "No, I'm for it." I was like, "Okay, well, come on."
Okay.
Well, come on.
Some of these chats. We got Silk Legacy. He was the first one in the house, and of course, I know that he is currently recovering.
Yes.
He's in the ICU. Yeah, shout out and prayers to
get
Silk.
well soon.
Prayers to you get well.
Prayers. Speedy
up,
recovery, my friend.
Even if I fall a million times, I'm still get up. Yeet. And that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
You're going to be moving. You're going to be grooving. You're going to be back in this chat talking about some yay.
Yes.
So speedy recovery to you. I do hope things are going well for you. Definitely. There. And of course, we got Will the Thrill. He was saying, good.
Hey,
Will. Ladies, hope you are
What's
doing
up, Will?
Let's get it. What's up, King? And King called it. He was like, Mohamed Sanu. I knew it.
He was gonna guess it right.
He was guessing right. Ready for talk for bean talk. Yes, and we're gonna get him back on, you guys. But I hope you did catch some of it. And of course, if you haven't, go back and rewind it to the beginning of the show.
Yes.
So you can get that first 30 minutes of the episode in case you missed it. I know. Hopefully in our house, as him being a coach, I would love that. Yeah. What's up? And it says King said, man, Austin Hooper, Richie Grant, Jalen Hopkins at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they at the Super Bowl right now. On their respective team.
And it says, I feel like the wide receiver position has changed so much in recent years. It will be great to hear what Mohamed looks for in a wide out.
Perfect.
Like I said, we got a lot of questions we're going to re-ask. I'm going to thank him later and definitely see if we can kind of reroute him maybe closer to the season and everything. So we can kind of, by then, we're probably looking at the combine and things like that and his thoughts on all the things that's developing. That'll be great to hear him a little later. Yes. I see I will be leaving famous because of Atlanta and all the fans. I'm 10 toes down with Atlanta. What up, people? Vibes? What's going on? He said,
hey.
What up, Lady Birds in chat? I'm liking what I heard from Ian Cunningham, not to mention from our president of football, Manny Ice. Optimism is about.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Let's talk about it. I'm glad he brought this one up because, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we can't get to all your comments. I know it was during this new interview. But I actually have notes of what I gathered from it. And then, of course, we can go into your thoughts from it. So, so we got, it was opening, he was emotional, y'all. He choked up a little bit. He was like, I'm just back home. He was expressing his happiness about coming back home to Atlanta. He reflected on growing up in Atlanta and doing the Dirty Bird when he was little. Of course, his dad had heavy presence out there as far as he was a part of sports and entertainment. reflected on growing gratitude for the opportunity and the journey. His background and, of course, career path began a career in 2008 with Baltimore Ravens. Thankful for learning and scouting at a young age. I think he said he was all of 22, 23, and they gave him that opportunity. His
Yes.
Ravens background shaped him to his football foundation and game experience with Philadelphia and Chicago, noted as the major learning stop. Described he was a Ravens 22 and 23 kid. He learned developmental football lineage. Of course, kind of behind the tree that he was under, the Belichick, things of that sort. So kind of a strong tree. And I think what was happening is what he liked about Matt Ryan is they kind of came in around the same time.
Yes.
So, and then the connection of that coaching tree that Matt Ryan, even himself, had connections with, they feel like their vision is similar, and of course he was saying his aspiration, he wanted to be a GM as early as middle school and high school, influenced by his father's career in sports and entertainment, and acknowledged he wasn't great at playing football, but loved the mental side of the game. So of course he played it himself. Football philosophy and traits, pretty much the same thing that Matt Ryan and Kevin Stefanski was saying. Mentally tough football, experience in college scouting and pro scouting, so that's it. Definitely important. He wants to bring a championship pedigree. Of course, the core football values is kind of reiterated: smart, tough, and physical. So everybody's on that same wavelength. He believes in building through the trenches. That's one I was like, that was a ding, ding, ding. Drafting, developing, and retaining players.
Yes.
So he's basically saying, they want to develop the players that we have, retain the players that we have, but also draft key players that can be adding competition to the roster, if you will. So building around what we already have, because he pretty much in that sentence, he believes in the talent that we have here. Kind of like what Sanu was saying. He was like, oh yeah, it's all about coaching at the end of the day. Leadership and preparation, learn discipline through preparation, emphasize being ready to pivot and adapt. I like that. So it's like not being one-dimensional, having all the same play calling going and everything else, being able to adapt to change. He also, in his interview process, he praised the attention to detail throughout the interview process that the Atlanta Falcons organization with Matt Ryan, Beatles, and etc. and Kevin had in those interviews. It was like you're paying attention to the intricate details of what makes a championship team go. Not just, okay, you're a popular candidate, but what can you bring to this cluster of coaching staff and everything else? And with you being a GM, what do you bring in to continue on with that fast, physical, smart football? What can you do? So like I was saying before, Matt Ryan said he wanted to get that coaching tree with Kevin filled in before he probably presented it to our GM, because he's like, I'm interested. I want to come back to Atlanta, but make it worth my while. Tell me why this is a good fit for me, because everybody was after Ian.
Oh yeah.
Everybody was out of this, man. So we had to sell it, as well as Matt Ryan referenced being, he wanted somebody that was well versed. Noted they shared the same football DNA, as I mentioned, Belichick, Parcells, and Coughlin coaching tree. Strong belief in collaborative thinking and aligned vision. Kind of going to the draft and roster building. He loves draft picks, open to trading up or down. It depends on the situation. So, of course, it's not a definite of what he's going to do, but he's like, look, we got to make intentional decision making when it comes to picking these players and things like that. So what's best for business? What is a need most likely? And he's not afraid to go for it. Emphasize continuous conversations with coaches. So that collaboration, everybody being on the same page, everybody's holding themselves accountable. And then on Michael Penix, ongoing internal discussions about him, because the question was, how do you feel about Michael Penix? Is he going to be a part of the team? He basically was like, no, we're going to talk with the coaches. see how everybody feels about that. We can't answer that right now. You know, so basically they kind of didn't give you what they was trying to get with, like, hey, we're on board. But they want to develop this player and hope for the best for him. But they can't say if he is the future because we got a damn seed. You know, so they can't comment about that publicly. And in addition to note, Matt's perspective as a former offensive lineman noted, emphasis on intentionally in a roster construction, of course. So just playing in the game himself, being a football player at some point, even though he wasn't such a great player, he had experience at least playing in the game and now learning the being a future GM. Just that coaching tree that he had the privilege of having access to. What are y'all thoughts? Did I kind of hit on everything? Is anything else that I might have missed from what you gathered from the press conference?
One thing I could say about him, he started from the ground floor up under Ozzie Newsome, a tight end that was in the Baltimore Ravens organization. So he has a vast experience in the scouting area because he out there and scouting players and everything else. Not only he built up and moved up his up the ladder and went from Baltimore to Philadelphia that produced championship, so, and then finally he ended up in Chicago where he learned even more. So he worked from the ground up to get to where he is, and he has strong GM that he learned under, which impressed me the most about him.
And I like that. And the fact that he started 22, 23, like he even said in high school, in middle school, he was like, I want to be a GM. So his mind was set on not only playing the game, but learning it on the business side of things and everything else is beautiful. That means he just pretty much just grew up in this thing. So what better way to have a candidate like that that's been doing it pretty much all his life?
He definitely qualified for the position.
Kind of check the press conference, or what are you gathering from the notes that I had, in case you didn't catch it?
You're talking to me?
No, I was talking to Stina.
Oh, Christina.
Oh, sorry. One thing that we were talking about this at work. I was talking about this at work with somebody. I just love how it seems that he's just so passionate about being here and being in this organization. And I feel like right now, showing that emotion and showing that passion is kind of what, as a fan, we need to see. So I'm kind of overly excited that I got to see that side for him, because we are a damaged group. And so anything that could lean to like on our heartstrings a little bit about how passionate we are as a fan base, reflected from, of course, Matt Ryan, because he's passionate about this organization as well. And it's trickling down to everybody just showing that passion, showing that emotion up front. So, kind of getting us locked in, not just with football talk, but with just like overall, because we are obsessed with this, like not like unhealthy obsession. We do take a lot of time out of our days to think about, talk about, the Falcons. And so it's just good to see that our front office is as passionate as we are. So I'm just excited to see what happens next. The draft is really going to tell me a lot. I know we already talked about the trading up or trading down. I'm just excited for us to start being more smart about the decisions that we make. And he led me to believe that we will be on a journey to do better. So, a lot of hopes, a lot of optimism. Who said optimism? Somebody said it. But a lot of half full, a lot of half full.
All right, thank you, Miss Christie. Excuse me. Speaking of Miss Christie, sorry, she had to drop off, but Miss Stina B. But Bree, I know you didn't catch the press conference, but kind of from the notes, and they're kind of reiterating similar conversation about this team expectations and what they want to bring into that fast, physical, smart, tough accountable, accountability, etc. What are you gathering from kind of what you heard from Ian's press conference from the notes?
Well, based off what you said, what stands out to me is he's taking consideration where the team currently is, and he has a defined plan on how to make the team successful. It's one thing of you saying, "Oh, I have this vision" or whatnot, but it's not like a sound game plan type of thing. You got a plan A, you got a plan B, you got a plan for A and B just in case plan A and B don't work out type of thing. He has it down to the T of what he's going to do and how he's going to do it if XYZ comes up type of thing. So the to see that he understands what is actually going to take in order to get this team moving in the right direction and how he's going to execute it accordingly makes a big difference. And then especially with that collaborative aspect, because I feel like in years past, not saying anything bad about Terry, but you all know I love him dearly. I just felt like some of those picks were not a collaborative type of thing. Maybe one person wasn't in on it and they just got him, got a guy because for various reasons, hence like Ted McKinley type of thing, and situations where draft picks don't pan out and we waste Vic Beasley, another one that comes to mind. If we have a set plan on who is the best for the team and taking consideration all aspects of the player, not the flashiness or whatnot, all aspects of what makes a good player and how that player actually is going to be a missing piece of the puzzle, I'm all for it. I definitely would go back because everything I've heard, I've not seen not one negative comment from either fans in the chat, fans that have posted about the conference. I've not seen one negative thing in reference to anyone's feelings about it, and to hear that players, well, not players, fans are optimistic, fans are
Yes.
fired up based off of what he
Yes.
said, that that gets me excited. So definitely when
Mm-hmm.
I have time to really listen on and kind of dissect it for myself, I'll definitely listen to it. But to hear the fan base is really all in and buying in, that speaks volumes. Because like you said, Stina, we come from a place of great hurt, and we've been told many of times, but
Mm-hmm.
this time seems a bit different from everyone's perspective.
Start
Mm-hmm.
singing the Negro spiritual.
Oh, Lord,
A
have mercy.
mess.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And Miss Wit, you back with us?
Yes.
Kind of give us your thoughts about if did you catch the press conference?
I actually watched it live. I would say it was great to see his enthusiasm about being here.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all said, he did get choked up a bit because I know, like,
Yeah.
when you have roots here, and even if it was for a bit, him going into how he felt about wanting to be a GM and seeing positions more than just being a player and a coach, that actually spoke volumes to me, because I think a lot of people, like when I was talking earlier about players, they see the flash of different things, but not knowing like there are a whole host of positions that has to click, has to be a well-oiled machine to make a championship organization. We all sort of knew. We all been talking about this. We talk as Lady Birds that we figured that Ian was going to be the chosen one who end up becoming GM here, and I haven't heard bad things about him at all. And
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate, even though it was sort of repetitive about the things that him, Matt, and Kevin said. However, it's still, the fact is they gave us enough to make us, oh, I'm interested. Let's see how this thing is going to go. And because this is a different dynamic than what we're used to with having a president of football, a GM, and the head coach, how is operations going to work. But I'm excited to see what he's going to do, how he's going to work with not having a first round draft pick, even though I feel like our first round draft pick is already here. That was going to show how great James Pierce Jr. did. And I'm ready to see him work and how this collaborative type of situation will pan out. But I felt like he said some great things. He didn't lean too much into the situation because people was looking to kind of bait and switch him when it came to the conversation about Michael Penix.
Yeah.
And we got to realize that it's still, we haven't even really got into full off season. It's Super Bowl week. So we're not going to get the information that we want to get right now. We really probably not going to start hearing the information probably until April.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see this new regime and how they are with the new breath of fresh air that's coming in, and how the coaching roster has panned out, because I mean it seems like the defense is really pretty much still standard to what we have, with a couple of little differences. But just to see like what this vision is going to be with those three men at the helm, and if we are going to break this ugly ass streak of not making the playoffs, and to hopefully get rid of that nasty ass taste we have in our mouth from I love Sanu, and he played a hell of a game, but I wish I could erase that fucking game. I can't wait to be rid of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I'm liking. It took me a minute, and of course, we did put that coaching tree up there for those that might have missed it. I can probably put it back up one more time. So you can guys kind of see what I like is the experience, the years of, like he even said, even Mohamed Sanu was like, even whether it was good things or bad things, it's still a learning curve, from the mistakes, everything that comes with it. So you can kind of look at the Browns team and say, hey, what we want to go off of that record, but it's like, but at the same time, it's also the players that makes the difference when it comes to who you have to coach. And he said himself, he's like, he feels good about the team, the players that's on his team currently. It's all about the right coaching staff. So, we can't predict the future and everything else, nothing like that. But we can only be hopeful that trying to get all this stuff. But this is the coaching tree right here. And kind of just, if you want to look on the right-hand side of things, and then, of course, you kind of go into, some of their positions they played. We see a lot of people that was offense, wide receiver, fullback, tight end, quarterback, center, just to name a few. Then we got some linebackers in there. Of course, defensively, of course, we kept the defense intact for the most part. And then, of course, years of experience and the teams that they were a part of. So, if anything, there, we're no longer trying to trust in first time this, first time that. We got some people that have been kind of doing the role for quite some time, bringing those experts together with those coaching trees they've learned under, and bringing them all under one umbrella. In a way, Matt is trying to build his own little, tree himself of great coaching. To hope that this will develop our players. So I just kind of wanted to bring that up here, so you can guys kind of look at it, because I know some people, when they did look at it, it was like, okay, all right, this makes a little bit more sense. They're definitely focusing on this offense, and of course defense, keeping that intact, keeping it where it is, because these young guys now, year 2 going in under the same coaching regime as far as defensively, that's a good move, because we just kept saying the carousel of coaching staff, that does make a hell of a difference. to a team when it's like, okay, now we got to start back over with somebody else. Like, you know, we want that chemistry to be there. And if we can keep some of our same coaching staff that actually was successful the same, it does benefit those players to come in and already know what to expect. Makes it easier for them. We can just grab a couple of pieces, free agency, draft, what have you, undrafted players, etc. Practice squad that wasn't used. There's so many avenues we can go with this because we have players that didn't really get to shine. I guess they didn't feel that they fit into what their offense was or defense, etc. So it's going to be interesting to see who they retain. And one thing about it that stood out, he wants to retain players. So there are going to be some players that will remain, but then of course there will be players if they're production wise and cap and scouting and everything else. If they find somebody else for cheaper, they can come in here and do the same exact thing.
Or better.
Hey, some of your favorite people will have to go. So I'm one thing about me, I am loyal to the logo. At the end of the day. So Kyle Algier, Kyle Pitts, whoever you holding on and loving on, if it doesn't make sense, it gotta go, right?
Yep.
That's where I'm at.
Gotta make those tough decisions. That's for sure.
Right. Let's get into some of these. I see sis in the chat, girls.
Hey.
Too late. You know, I'm not even cool with that, Miss Alley Cat.
He said I'm late. She can look at the replay.
Go to replay.
Because the replay gonna be a lot fun.
Real late. Go back and watch the replay though. The thing is, I've seen Mohamed Sanu in a lot of his interviews. He's very soft spoken.
He is.
I noticed that. I was like, he really is truly soft spoken like that. But from what we was getting from him, it's like, you know, that's a very intelligent, genius-minded guy, especially doing out here in Africa with his mother and the legacy that he's trying to put behind. And then, of course, you know, Legacy Sports Complex isn't just because he said he's developing players for the pros. He's developing just people that just want to be physically active. They can come in and get their health checked and things like that because a lot of people don't realize it. Because it was this is mukbang or whatever they call it, where they eat crazy and heavy foods. I just seen on Instagram. She's like a heavy set lady that she kind of gained a lot of weight. I can't think of her name right now, but she's in a
B-Love.
Is that who she is? She's.
I hope it's not her, but
she was just hospitalized from doing a water and juice diet. Water and juice detox. And you got to do your research, especially if you've already been eating unhealthy. I felt like she blew up because she was, you know, you're just eating stuff, you know, and long as good, it can't be healthy for you. Your cholesterol, your blood pressure, all the fat that goes into that. Then all of a sudden, I ballooned up. Let me see if I can do a quick little weight loss. So you're drinking water and fasting and not getting nutrients in your body. She said she basically started feeling nauseous, sick, because you're not getting your body is eating your insides. Like especially people that go out and work out and things like that, and they're not eating protein and the nutrients it needs for their body, and then they're wondering why they're weak when they work out and things. Your body is feeding off of that. So you got to give yourself some nutrients. So you got to be careful experimenting with these weight loss this and quick this and you drop you drink nothing but water, you'll drop pounds fast. But it's like, but you're also going to make yourself sick doing that, you guys. Okay. Crazy. It's crazy. So Ty Kale is not going on tonight. So, really it's not a lot to talk about because now we finally kind of got our GM in here. Anything, ladies, that you guys we haven't talked about that you want to mention or anything like that? Anything on the subject that you want to bring up? And fans, if you have some questions, you can definitely throw it in here. We'll go on for about another 20 minutes, and then we're gonna wrap this on up. And of course, ladies, if you have to drop off because we started so late, let me know.
Yeah, about that time. One
It's
thing
about
that's child, I'm getting sleepy over here.
okay.
Yeah, I'm about to
Then,
say.
do your last thoughts and then let everybody know where to
Mhm.
find you.
Okay. Well, one thing that stood out to me based off of what Sanu said, that from a coach's perspective, there's something that they might not be able to explain, but as far as players, they can kind of reiterate or use the language that needed to be amongst that group of wide receivers. They got the perspective of how the play should look from a defensive perspective, but when it came to learning the integral parts or the technical parts from the wide receiver perspective, that's where they had to step up and be the coach in a sense. And that just kind of feeds off in my aspect of being an educator. One thing that I do is gradual release, and I can show kids one thing, but they might not pick up on something with me. But if they're working collaboratively with their peers,
They
the
can
same
pick it
thing
up.
I've showed them, the same thing I said, you know,
They pick up.
they can better understand, and then against also that accountability aspect. So that's something I would want to see, because just from a fan from the since the Super Bowl, I've not seen players, and correct me when I'm wrong, when it comes to training camp, I don't see players sitting there really talking to each other when it comes to, hey, giving tidbits and whatnot. I saw a lot of that when we were at Super Bowl, but I don't see, and not bashing any player, but from the leader standpoint of showing from the aspect of Julio and Sanu of helping each other out in that aspect, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah.
So, things that need to be mechanical or technical things that needs to be fixed, I would like to see that more of. I definitely would like to see more of these players, like he said, that bought in. You could have a philosophy. You could have this saying, rise up or in brotherhood or type of thing, but you got to have people that buy into
Put into it.
whatever philosophy or vision or mission that you're trying to accomplish. But it takes players to step up in those roles, and there might be things that you're not comfortable with, but as a leader or to get the team moving in the direction, there has to be unselfishness, situations where people step up in uncomfortable positions to handle. And one thing we've already said, and I've already told y'all, when it came to offense, when it came to your boy Zach, the reason why, as the offensive coordinator, he was not successful as the offense, because he did not know his players, and he did not use his players when it came to the strengths. And that was very evident tonight. I can't remember the bar. I wish I wrote it down. But when it came to plays, it was about the player, not the plays type of thing.
Oh
And
yeah, he was. Yeah,
I've
it was
said
about the
He
that.
said
player.
it's about the players, not the plays.
Correct.
Plays.
And I've told y'all that's the key missing piece, especially when it comes to the office. That's why, and I'm trying to be nice, but I tell you,
Go
Kyle
ahead, be mean.
Kyle poo poo head,
Say it
Kyle
out.
finished it. I have
Let
to
it
say his name.
out.
That's why he became successful in the way that he ran the offense, because he knew the strengths of the offensive players. He didn't call the same plays. He was very creative to use his wide receivers, his tight ends, his running backs in different situations, so that offense never looked the same. That's why multiple people got the ball in different aspects. So when you know your players and know how to utilize them in their strengths, that's where you see the success. But also in the aspect from the player's perspective, you got to step up to the plate, especially when your name is called, and especially in situations you're not comfortable with. I just, like I said, my last thought, I just hope that aspect with all these coaches with years of experience, and I would want to, even though the past is in the past, with the past coaches with the past office staff that we had or the coaching staff, I would like to do a comparison with the coaching tree from last year compared to the coaching tree with this year and compare the years of experience just to see as the year go on this upcoming season if the offense and the defense of the entire team is moving in the direction we can compare why it is based off of the years of experience because those 30 plus years that I saw special teams wide receiver coach what else? I can't remember. Offensive O line type of thing.
Uh-huh.
That's gonna play a big part. But that's my last
Yes.
year. But I
Okay,
have
where do I
fun with you all
find
later.
you, Miss Bree?
You can find me on Facebook, Brian Allen. And thanks for those that have joined us tonight, for those supporting us that I sent out the post last night. And I'll be sending more stuff out as we have more guests so when we're on live each week.
Uh-huh.
We definitely want to bring Sanu back so we can have a little bit more time with him. So I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna try to arrange to get him on a little longer because I know the fans got a lot of questions. But
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you, Miss Bree. I know you got ready to go to get bed. I know Miss Stina B. I know you be trying to jump off as well. If you wanted to go ahead and give your last and thank you, Bree. You have a good night. Your
Thank
Yes.
last
Good
you.
thoughts
night,
on what everybody.
Bree.
Good
Good
night,
night.
Bree.
Yes, they've been working me lately. I've been getting off late and
Bless
excuse me.
you. Bless
Excuse me.
you.
Bless you.
Thank you. I recently just moved, so
Oh, I saw that with
I'm
the
having
Oh,
to
congratulations on your
bless you.
move.
thank
Uh-huh.
you, but I have a longer commute now, so I'm trying to adjust to getting up earlier,
Uh-oh.
so it's been
Oh,
kicking my butt. But my last thoughts, I'm super excited we got in. If you go episodes back, y'all know that's who I wanted from the jump.
Yeah, we all
I didn't
wanted
even
them.
feel like they needed to have any more discussion about it because I just knew that he would be a great fit just based on his background.
Yeah.
So looks like we put the Transformer, Optimus Prime, what is it, Power Ranger,
Yeah.
Megatron, we done put all the pieces together. Now I'm ready to
Yeah.
see
Ultimate
in
Prime.
action what actually happens. And like he said, it starts now. It starts with being in those rooms,
Hmm.
talking things out, and just really getting down to what it is that's going to turn this organization around. Just super excited to see what's about to happen.
Hmm.
Like time is flying by, so before we know it, we're gonna be talking about combine and draft, and then we're gonna have a lot to talk about with free
Hmm.
agency, and it's just gonna be great to see how all of this is just gonna come together for us. So
Yes.
as fans, I know we're super excited, and I'm with y'all. I'm just
Yes.
excited for
absolutely.
what.
For
Hmm.
one.
Um,
For
Right.
once.
Yes. But yes, of course, y'all could find me on all social media at It's Stina B. That's ITSSTINAB. February shows will be posted up tomorrow. First show is February 11th at Laughing Skull Lounge in Midtown Atlanta. Yes, I do have a Saturday show. It's February 28th. But make sure you go to my social media. You can see where all my shows are this month. And I appreciate all of you. Shout out to First Lady.
Yes. Yes.
Thank
You did
you.
your thing with this one. This
Hmm.
was a
Right.
great episode.
Yeah.
Hey, we started a little late, but we still did get in some gems in there. And thank you,
Yes,
Miss
and I'm like,
Sue.
yes, thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good one.
You too as
Have a
well.
good one.
Bye.
All right. And
Miss
Miss
Nita.
Wit, I know you've got to get hold into bed as well. So,
Yeah.
your last thoughts, everybody, and I'm probably gonna stay on a couple more minutes. But where you can, your last thoughts and whatever I can find you as well.
All right. Well, my last thoughts is something that a quote that they posted is that Ian wants to earn the respect of the fan base. And I think that is what it is that it's been a lot of turmoil and nursery rhymes in the back, but
Yes.
about them earning our respect, earning our continued loyalty, and giving us some wins here, being able to get to the postseason here, and eventually getting a Lombardi here. And I'm excited to see where this goes with Matt, Kevin, and Ian. And hopefully they're able to get a winning recipe here with the changes to the uniforms, and hopefully they're coming up with a new slogan. So I'm excited to see the changes that's made. I will say the press conferences have made me a little better. I've done a little bit more research into to our head coach. I
That's
know why a
good.
lot of people were mad because of Shador. I feel like that ain't
Yeah.
got nothing to do with us. Respect to the young man and respect to the legend that is Deion Sanders. However, that ain't here.
Yes.
If people wanted to pull Bill down here, Bill had a horrible record in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what can happen with a change of scenery, a change of team, and players. And I appreciate everybody was sticking with us, even though we came in a little bit late today. I appreciate everybody checking in on me, even though I've been kind of hit and missing when it comes to it. That's school and life for you. But
Yeah.
I'm always gonna be a lady bird to get on, and I'm looking forward to whatever happens in the off season. But y'all know y'all can find me on Facebook, Whitney Jenkins. You can find me on Instagram, Alluring Enigma 08. I really don't be on Twitter like that. I like to see some of the dumb moves that people make and people say, but I don't tend to respond on there too much. But
Yeah.
I hope everybody have a blessed rest of their day. It is Black History Month.
Yes.
So we're black 365 days a year, 366 when it's a leap year. So make
Yes.
sure you know that we are fighting for our rights, and we are fighting
Yes.
to make sure our history, our culture, our heritage, everything remains, and that nothing they can ever do to whitewash it can change that. But I hope y'all have a good
Amen.
rest of y'all night and rise up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Bye, Wit.
With thank you. Go ahead
Thank
and get
you.
holding down, and of course,
Yeah.
we want to see you.
Holden
Yeah.
says bye,
Congratulations.
everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
Holden.
You know, and once again, congratulations to you, Miss Witt, for just being honored
Yes.
and recognized. And I know she's jumping off, but
Yes.
she's doing her thing in school and just being
She's
recognized that
going to.
she's on track for
Yes.
doing so great in her education and everything else, and being
Mm-hmm.
honored and highlighted for her achievements and
Mm-hmm.
um, perspiration and things that goes with that. Being a full time mother,
Yes.
working as well as school at the same time, and having time a little bit to do the Lady Birds. That's
Yes.
minimal. So shout out to you and
Yes.
giving your flowers, Miss Witt. I know you had to jump
Amen.
off, but
Yeah.
we're gonna go on a couple more minutes. But I want to get into this highlight right here because
Okay.
Mr. Blackberry, you've been, I've been watching your show, and you're very stern about how you feel about, you're calling it glazing, or
Amazing.
people that are optimistic about the coaching staff. You're basically saying, I don't believe it, I don't trust in it because it's been done before. I get that.
Uh-huh.
But my thing is, um, was I sold on the head coaching pick? No, absolutely not. Am I still kind of, on the fence about all the teammates, I mean, the coaches they put together and everything else? Yes. I got to see how everybody gels together. But at the end of the day, all you can only do is hope for the best and be optimistic
Yeah.
about that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like, it's a lot of seasoned people in here that's had experience, maybe good or bad,
Mm-hmm.
but we on the outside talking right now. We got to see
Oh,
what happens with this. They're going to retain a lot of the same team. We got a
yeah.
hell of a team, you guys. We
Yeah.
have a hell of a team, so we can execute these players properly, get them develop a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's a lot of hats and hands in the cookie jar and everything else,
Yeah.
but we can beat this down till we black and blue. And I don't believe it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't believe it. Then
Yeah.
what is there to talk about? We are the voice of the fans, so we're just trying to keep people off the ledge about things. So let's just have a
Yeah.
little bit of, we'll see. That's all
Yes.
I am on this one. It's not a I'm convinced. It's more we're just gonna have
Uh,
to wait and see and trust the process.
exactly.
At the end of the day, what you think about that comment, Miss Pam?
Um, basically, I, I saw some interviews with when he first came into, visiting the Flower Branch facility and all that. the man was still working. If y'all had noticed it, because he met with the two scoutings doing. I mean, when they showed the video and all that, and he said we'll be in there and discuss that. So he is still scouting. He was down in Mobile, scouting players and all that. So what I like about Ian Cunningham is that he was scouting those players even though he was interviewing for the position. So he was doing his job even before he came into the position. But I'm agreeing with some of the fans about wait and see. I mean, it's a lot, but you got to wait and see. But my expectation is for them to win that division. That's my expectation. If you win the division, you're in the playoff, and anything can happen. So that's my expectation. I'm not aiming high to go 17-0 or go to the Super Bowl, but that goal is to win that division, and that division is easy to win. Last time I checked. So
Yes. And then JML Riggins, he said, "Can we get Terrence Mathis?"
yeah.
I did reach out to Terrence. He did read my message. I'm probably gonna reach back out to him again. I do have his personal phone number, so I'm probably going to message him that way. But I would love to have Terrence Mathis back.
Yeah,
if you
me
guys
too.
To our interview playlist, we do have some interviews with former players, Chuck Smith, now Mohamed Sanu, Ovi Mahaley, Mike Turner, Terrence Mathis, been on the show twice, Jamal Anderson, John Abraham, just to name a few, Keenan Forney. Actually trying to I got to go back to Keenan.
I got to contact him because he said he wanted to come
again. He wanted to come back. And that's the off season. I did reach out to just Tuggle, but I'm trying to reach him on social media because he might have not seen my text message. Because when we was at one of the open practice they used to have at the stadium, I did get his phone number, and he was interested in coming on.
Good.
It's a lot. DJ Shockley, I've hit up quite a few people. So look, you how to reach out to these players, fans. Let them know. Send them my way and say Maggie T and the Lady Birds of AFN are interested in having these players.
I tried to reach out to Todd McClure, but I'm gonna try again. That's all I could do.
If you got it, just let them know. Hey, we've had former players on, and it's a great platform to have it. This new GM isn't playing. Miss Pam, what's your schedule looking like right now? Because I would like to kind of possibly bring the fans on for a couple of minutes at the end of the show.
I'm open. I'm free. I'm ready.
I kind of want to know what everybody thought about now that we have our GM in office and the things that they took from it. How are they feeling now about this whole thing about Matt Ryan and Kevin? And this comment right here, it says, this new GM isn't playing. Everyone is on the table, and we can't be surprised if players that we like are released or on the trade.
Exactly.
He's a French guy, and that will be the main focus. And,
exactly.
Play to your struggles, your strength, excuse me. Yes.
Yes.
And he said, Sanu did say it best. Veteran is key.
Matters.
It matters. D-Led was being quiet.
They didn't. I didn't see him was he at the press conference?
I didn't see him.
They had somebody else from the AGL asking the question, which I thought was quite surprising.
I saw that. I was like, what's happening here?
I don't think he was there.
So, because Ty Kell is not going on tonight, so we have a little bit of time to kind of get some of the fans to come in here.
They'll drop the link because we like to hear some of their opinions and stuff.
And you don't have to come on camera if you ain't done or whatever. Throw a hat on if you got to. We just want to hear your what you got to say. I expect 11 or 12 wins. Hey, that's a hot take there, Maggie T. I'm convinced fan is the real thing. Ian is the real thing. Okay, yeah.
All right,
so I dropped the link in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys can click on that and join me, that would be great.
That'd be fantastic. I love to hear y'all point of views.
Right. So
Mhm.
come on and jump on with us. I'm trying to do a
Yeah.
little quick little shot here. But if no one else wants to jump on, it's okay. We can go ahead and wrap this up and give it a couple of minutes and everything
Yeah.
else. Okay, we got Savannah.
Okay.
Savannah Swag. What's
Hey,
going on?
Savannah.
Hey, what's going on, ladies? How y'all feeling tonight?
I'm good. How are
Fantastic.
you?
Hey, you know what? That was really nice to have Sanu on tonight.
Yes.
You know, I thought I talked soft.
He
Right.
talks soft. He talks soft. I was like,
Right.
ooh.
Hey, but like I was saying, he a different type of beast. I think I said something about, hey, I played football my sophomore year in high school. Man, I went across that middle. I got tagged one good time at practice. I went back over there to the band room, picked up my snare drum. I got back on the drum line. And I've seen so many times, you know, I've been down there so many times to see how violent that game is.
Yeah.
It takes a special type of dude to get out there. So I would never
Yeah.
fix my mouth to call these guys sorry.
Mm-mm.
But one of the things I heard tonight that Sanu said that really caught my attention is when he said that Ra didn't help them with no plays.
That part.
He
Yeah.
was very politically correct. And I understand that, you know, you don't want to burn no bridges and you don't want to say nothing wrong. But, you know, sometimes you can hear more for what people don't say. And, you know, it is what it is. You know, I was like, oh my God, I hope he don't go in there because I didn't get the feel. I didn't get the feel that Sanu had the warm and fuzzies for Ra. Now that's just me. I could be dead. I could be dead wrong. Don't look at me like that, man. I'm just saying.
I mean, like you said,
Am I wrong?
politically correct.
Honey, it was some shade thrown on that comment. Now
Okay,
that he made.
I thought it was just me.
It was shade.
And I'm gonna probably chop that up and replay it for folks that missed it or go back.
Ooh, that should be good. I tell you.
That's real talk. And
yes.
now it's wonderful what he's doing, you know, with his
yes.
what is it, with his gym?
With his gym and
it's a lot of
complex.
folks.
Yeah, he got 7 gyms.
Yeah, it's a lot of folks that really don't know what they do, and they just popping these pills and reading these books and getting online and looking at YouTube and not knowing what the hell they taking. And then
right.
And being black, and as black men, we don't go to the doctors like we need to. You know, so I'll leave that one alone. Let's get back for my boy Ian. I think I said this last week. The best thing about Ian Cunningham is that he's qualified. If you look at if you look at, you know, we always talk about a coaching tree. Ozzie Newsome.
That's
what you got to say.
Yes.
Ozzie Newsome. I mean, because remember when everybody thought that Lamar should be a wide receiver. He snatched him up as the last player in the first round. The rest, you know, even though a lot of guys may have their feelings about Lamar, he do have 2 MVPs.
Yeah.
You know.
And,
you know, and I think as far as the coaching staff, we can take I think it's smart to take a wait and see attitude about everything. Now, I personally believe that we have a team as we are right now that's good enough to make the playoffs. We should have made the playoffs this year, but that's what under the bus. I mean, under the bridge. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I still want to run the bus over Rock, but I'll let that go. But we've got a very good team.
Yes.
And I think I was talking to Soldier last week, and he brought up something. And when he told me he didn't want the man on the team, back in the building, I couldn't help but laugh, you know, but because I felt him. But the thing is, I still think that we should keep Pitts. But but I don't think we're going to just give him away.
No, you got to get some draft capital for him.
Yes, ma'am. They will franchise tag his ass because there's people.
Yes.
Can you imagine him going to Kansas City and taking over for what's that boy that's about to retire?
Kelsey.
Can you imagine him in that offense with Mahomes?
Yeah.
I just don't think we should get rid of him for nothing, you know. And I think I was talking to the guys Sunday, and I
Mm-hmm.
told them, I was like, guys, 18 million for 3 years to
Yeah.
keep Tyler. And I've been saying this for almost a year.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
again, you can't get you don't get a chance to keep everybody. So we're
That's
going to
true.
lose some people, and we just got, and I guess that's why they get paid the big bucks to make these hard decisions, because
Yes.
you still got to pay Ellis. At least
Yeah.
I believe you got to pay Ellis.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay Ellis. You got to pay Drake.
Yeah.
Eventually, you got to pay Bijan. If you want Tyler, he ain't gonna stay. He ain't staying for no EBT card. You,
No,
you
no,
know,
he don't want him a little paycheck.
yeah, and then whatever you decide to do with Pitts, I mean, they're big decisions, and that's why I believe in my heart of hearts that Matt Ryan has been the most strategic person in here. And
Yes.
I made a comment about saying, he's the best quarterback we've ever had. By the time I just believe by the time this dude is finished, we're gonna be calling him Mr. Falcon. I just
Yeah.
believe that.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, ladies, it's about 10 o'clock, and my wife gonna be knocking on the door, bugging me, and saying, "Hey, what you doing?" Oh, I put my name out there, but anyway, So with that being said, ladies, I appreciate y'all letting me get on,
Thank you
and
so very
I'll holler at
much.
y'all a little later, okay?
All right.
Hey.
All right.
Good night. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Like I said, we're probably gonna wrap this up in a couple
Yeah.
of minutes and everything. I just wanted to get the fans a chance to kind of speak their
Yeah.
piece and jumping on and everything. He said Tyler's the only running back who never fumbled.
Yeah.
And then of course he was saying earlier that the Falcons should get a fullback.
Mm.
And then the fact that he was talking about possibly, we can draft up, draft down.
Down.
He loved picks. He
He loves
picks.
draft
So,
capital. He said draft capital. That's what he said.
yes. So that means there's gonna be
Yes.
so it's gonna be some shaving of this team that's gonna
Yes.
happen to make this happen. And the fact that they even couldn't even answer about Michael Penix. And of
Yeah.
course, we didn't even talk about Kirk Cousins at all
Oh,
in
no.
his press conference because right now he's not relevant. I mean, yes, he's on the team, but
we got to get that money off their books pretty much.
Right.
And make sure it's not hurting our cap space. That's basically it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and it just to me that this tells me that he's definitely going to be shaving some of the cap, as well as he might be taking chances in his draft and going for what our needs are. Like I said, wide receivers, some of them cornerback, defensive tackle. We need some pieces.
We need key pieces, everything.
And if we can draft up in the first round, if they decide to do so, that means some of your favorite players might be going with it.
Yeah.
To make that happen. Let's see.
Oh,
saving the cap means some folks. Yep, that's what it means. That means some people are leaving. Matt Ryan and Ian Cunningham.
They got to make the tough decision in order to get to the team that you need to have to get to the playoff and win and hopefully go to the Super Bowl. So it's all worth it in the end for them to do what they need to do.
So I don't know. Like I don't want to kind of beat the drum over and over again over the same stuff that we can talk about. Now that we got our coaching staff in, did you catch some of the Senior Bowl, Miss Pam?
I didn't get a chance to. I was gonna look at some highlights that was posted, but I didn't get a chance to look at it. But I heard about some few players that did really, really well in the Senior Bowl. But I think my main thing is the combine. That's what I'm looking for. So I think it's gonna be a lot of players that's enter into there, and then there's the HBCU players that have their own tryouts and stuff that I'm pretty sure the scouts are in that area too. So I mean, you can find a lot of diamond in the rough on the HBCU school. I mean, because Cordell Hodge is one, and he's a diamond in the gym, and there's some other players, you know. Now, my last year favorite player that came out that the Baltimore Ravens picked was Carson Vincent. He was an offensive lineman, and I was raving about it. He was from Alabama A&M, and I was so hoping we would have drafted him. But like I said, Baltimore Raven took it, and he's doing well up there. So maybe we can find another offensive line or another heavy guy in the middle that eats that's a space eater. So I'm looking forward to see what because he's an offensive lineman, so he's gonna key in on those players. So I think he's gonna size up the trench, which I really like. And you got to do that in order for Bijan to succeed, and whoever, if it's Tyler or some other running back, could succeed. And you gotta have protection for that quarterback, whether it's Michael Penix or whoever we get in here, you know. But that's all I got to say right now. I just wait. I'm just Missouri. I'm gonna just wait and see him cook and him put pieces in on our team.
Okay, okay, all right, all right. So on that note, we're probably gonna go ahead and close this on out. I said, King, you got jokes. He said, a lady wide receiver. You been wanting
That's
lady.
my friend.
Yeah, you want a wide receiver. We need a space eater. Oh, absolutely, we
Yes,
do.
we do. We do.
All about. Oh yes, yes.
Yes.
So I'm just excited to see,
Yes.
what develops here. And I know, of course, it is glazing, what have you, however you want to call it. It's called just being optimistic and hoping for the best.
But Ian put me at ease, because I wasn't at ease. I mean, when Kevin came on, it was okay. But I think when he actually came up there, I said, yeah, we got the right person for the job. So I'm ready to cook.
Woo! Yes, get in here and get them boys
ready.
We need to be eating.
Yeah.
He made me feel good. Ian made me feel good. I'm such a softie. Oh,
I am too. When he got emotional, I got emotional when he got emotional. I'm like, man,
but to me that made it seem like it. And everybody kept
he's
saying,
human. He's
human.
Why
we wait so long? I was like, the Lady Bird was saying they already got their man. They know who they want. So there's no point of rushing it. They knew exactly who they was targeting, and damn it, they went on and got our guy. So
they had to basically convince him and put pieces in there to say, yeah, I will come to your team. I will definitely be the GM for this team.
And he probably was already kind of like he wanted to come. He wanted. He said, I'm back home. The opportunity is that they got rid of the GM. He was like, wait, I can come to him and continue the legacy my dad started here. What better way of coming in here and taking our team to contenders and things like that, which is what we're hoping for, we're striving for, at least winning the division, or whatever we can do to improve our team one step at a time. Of course, it's not going to be an overnight success, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get, we got to understand it's going to be some growing pains here because it's a whole offensive coaching staff.
Yes.
But the same players, so that's a leg up. At least the players are familiar with each other.
Yes.
But damn it, we keep changing it. Let's hope for the best. Like, damn y'all, why y'all wait so long to call me?
That's what he was saying.
Happy his father was proud of him. A lot of kids want.
Yeah.
Yes. Brand new. But
yes, brand new.
It's brand new toys and teachings and all that kind of stuff. So to see it all being brought together, change is a blessing. Absolutely.
Yes.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and wrap this all up, Miss Pam. I appreciate a little longer. I know it's a little late and we started a little late.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go ahead and close this on out. Good night, ladies. I'll holler at you next week. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't think we're gonna have any breaking news unless we start cutting players and all that kind of stuff. That's what's upcoming.
But I think most of the coach. I mean, it's got some vacancy on the defensive side of the of the coaching staff. I think they're waiting probably the Super Bowl. I'm thinking they're gonna pluck from those two teams.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to see who's gonna fill in these key positions, you
Right.
know, and it's just a matter of strategically getting in there and having. I mean, I think we are attractive now since we got Ian Cunningham as a GM at Matt Ryan. So I'm thinking coaches will be willing to come in here to. I mean, the defense wasn't half bad last year, you
Right.
know. So like I said, I think it's gonna be a coach. It's gonna be some coaches pieces from Seattle and the Patriots to fill in those key positions, because I think Rudy's gonna probably go on to the defensive coordinator for the Titans. So but I'm thinking he'll probably waiting for that team finish so they can go ahead and finish up the staff, because I see missing pieces. So I'm thinking, okay, they probably waiting on the end of the Super Bowl to hire those two pieces. But other than that, I'm comfortable. They don't fill in the offensive spot. Even got a personal scouting for the coach, which I like, because he can tell. I mean, he can help him with some of the player, that fits the team, which I think they needed all along. And I don't think no other team ever had that on there. So this is new. So I'm curious to see how that works out.
It is new. But on that note, Miss Pam, let everybody know where to find you, and let's get up out of here.
Yes. You can find me every Tuesday here at Lady Bird AFN. On Facebook as Pamela Holcomb Johnson. I'm on Twitter as PAMMICH J. I mean, the Instagram is connected to my Facebook page, so I'm easy to find. And I'm just real excited about the season. What I get out of the front office, trust, and it makes me want to go ahead and pay for my season ticket. So I'm all excited. I can't wait.
Okay, Miss Pam. I can't wait as well, and everything else. And of course, you guys already know where you can find me at Ms Maggie T Productions. Maggie T Productions on social media. That's X, that's Facebook, that's Instagram, that's YouTube, that's right here at Atlanta Falcons Nation, and all on other channels. As I'm being invited to do some interviews with quite some people. We will probably circle back around to getting Sanu back on the show when we have a little bit more time. But he is a coach, and he has a business too, so he's a busy guy. I just want to commend him and thank him for coming out and blessing us. If you guys missed it, please rewind this on back and replay it. It was a great episode. Guy was a little bit of insight on some things as far as rock and the veteran presence that makes a difference on this team. We got to see definitely, and we got the one and only Matt Ryan in the office that's going to help develop that. Definitely,
exactly.
So
definitely.
On that note, people, thank you again for hanging in with us tonight. I know it's late. Get you some sleep.
Yes.
See you guys. Probably, I think we might have some upcoming shows tomorrow, and as well as the Scottish Falcons, either Saturday or Thursday or Saturday, and and So if there's some breaking news, though, be on the lookout for an impromptu show. On that note, good night, people. Bye.
Good night.
Love and happiness. That's right, love. Murphy.
Yes. Bye, Dre.
Peace.
Peace.